With the Red Sox season not going as planned, now it's time to look forward to the future. And we did just that as I had the opportunity to speak with Red Sox shortstop prospect David Hamilton.
You are Locked On Red Sox, your daily Boston Red Sox podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
I want to welcome you back into the Locked On Red Sox podcast, and thank you so much for making Locked On Red Sox your first listen of every single day. I'm your host, Massachusetts Pirates team insider and WooSox production assistant, Jake Ignaszewski, and we're here at Northeast Delta Dental Stadium in Manchester, New Hampshire, as the New Hampshire Fisher Cats take on the Portland Sea Dogs. And I had the opportunity to speak with Red Sox shortstop prospect David Hamilton, who has been stealing bags left and right, has 61 on the season, but he came over from the Brewers in the Hunter Renfroe deal along with Alex Binelas. But I had the opportunity to speak with Hamilton a little bit about not only what his reaction was to getting traded over to the Red Sox right before the MLB lockout went down, also about what has made him so effective on the base pass, and then lastly, we get to learn a little bit about David as the human being off the field, sort of what his mental game is like, what is on his bucket list. Before we get into my conversation with David Hamilton, I just want to take a second to talk to you about Blue Chew. So the summer's winding down, the nights are getting longer, but the breeze isn't the only thing that's getting stiff. That's right, this episode is sponsored by Blue Chew, which is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable tablets, and at a fraction of the cost. And you can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever the opportunity arises. And the best part, it's all done online, so no visits in the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, or waiting in line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package. And so you can benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code Locked On at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's bluechew.com. Promo code Locked On to receive your first month free. Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Now let's listen into my conversation with David Hamilton. David, talking a little bit about your reaction after, right before the lockout happened, you getting traded over here to the Red Sox. What was your initial reaction when you got the news?
I was kind of surprised. It was like right before the deadline, so it was pretty late at night. Got a phone call from the Brewers, and they told me I was going to be traded. So I don't know, it's a weird feeling, but I guess it was a good thing.
How have you been enjoying being a part of the Red Sox organization so far this season?
So far, so good. I'm liking it. Good coaches, good teammates. It's fun.
And it's been pretty incredible to see what you've been able to do on the base pass so far here in Portland. And outside of obviously your speed, what do you think makes you so effective in stealing bases?
I think I just have good base running instincts. I get little tips from the pitchers, and I go off that. And I got good speed, so it helps.
Is there anything specific right now that you're working on, whether it's at the plate, out in the field, or anything?
No, not too much specific. Just trying to be better every day.
Makes sense. And, last week we saw Trevor Story do a little bit of a rehab assignment down here. You were able to play middle infield with him. What was that sort of experience like?
No, it's cool, playing next to a big leaguer, especially a guy like Trevor. It was fun just being able to share the field with him and learn some stuff from him.
I bet. And, especially, being a part of the Red Sox organization so far for 1 year, what do you think has been your favorite part about being a part of this organization?
I think just being a Red Sox, really, because Red Sox are known for winning, and it's a great organization, so I'm happy to be here.
And one thing that I like to do with these interviews is, we could talk about your on-field stuff all the time, but, help fans learn about a little bit yourself as a human being off the field. And so, outside of baseball, what are some of your hobbies and things that you like to do off the field?
I really don't have too many hobbies right now, just baseball, really. I play video games. I like being active, so like spike ball, or I guess swimming would be fun, but yeah, not much other than the baseball, really.
What do you go to video games at the moment?
Yeah, I like Call of Duty, the show, Madden, 2K, all those pretty good.
Good stuff. And then one other thing too, something that I like to learn a little bit about is, your mental game, your mental preparation. So, whether it's pre-game or post-game, do you have any mental routine that you like to go through?
I just like to listen to music before game, put the headphones on and just listen to music.
And then if something doesn't go right on the field, whether it's, out in the field or at the plate, like what sort of process mentally do you go through to, not allow it to affect you going into the next game?
I mean, we got games every day, so if you're thinking about yesterday, it's not going to help you today. So just try and learn from my mistakes. If I did something well, learn from that, and then every day is a new day. So.
And then last thing for you, outside of baseball and obviously getting in the majors, what else is on your bucket list?
I want to travel, go to some places around the world. Not really sure where yet, but I want to go around the world.
I love it. Really appreciate you taking the time, David.
No problem. Thank you.
I hope that you did enjoy my conversation with Red Sox prospect David Hamilton and got to learn a little bit not only about his preparation on field, his mental game, but also David Hamilton as the person. But before we finish up this episode of the Locked On Red Sox podcast, I just want to take a second to talk to you about betonline.net, which is your number one source for all your pro and college betting needs and sports info this season. Find all the latest football developments, game matchups, news, and podcasts, including this year's opening week's games. BetOnline is also your continued source for all your sports wagering information, including live betting, esports, and scores. It's the fastest and easiest way to check in on all your favorite sports and events, including MLB, MMA, boxing, and even golf. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more about the trends and action. BetOnline, where the game starts. But we greatly appreciate everybody tuning into the Locked On Red Sox podcast and making it your first listen of every single day. If you have not yet, make sure to follow us over on Twitter. It's LO_Red Sox. Myself on Twitter, it's at Jake Iggy, and also my co-host Lauren. It's 3 laws, Lauren with 4 R's. But also make your second listen Locked On MLB. Paul Francis Sullivan does an amazing job with his humor and passion to break down everything that's going on around the league each and every single day. It's available on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts and over on YouTube. But I'm going to continue to do my best to not only give you insight about the Major League team, but also some of the guys who are coming up through the Red Sox system so you can get excited about the future of the Boston Red Sox. But we'll end this episode as we always ended. Let's go Sox. Peace.